Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our third chapter. Our third chapter name Atoms and Molecules. Let's start. Today we are going to start our new chapter Atoms and Molecules. Today we start with law of chemical combination. There are two different laws under the law of chemical combination, that is law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportion. Here we are also discussing about Dalton's atomic theory. In the introduction part we can see the great Maharshi Kanagamuni called atom as a Paramanu. Atom as a Paramanu. And the great philosopher Democritus say, if we go on dividing matter, when we dividing a matter, at the last stage we cannot be divide the matter again. At the last stage we can't divide the particle. We know that there are so many particles in a matter, and at last stage we can't divide the particle again. That indivisible particles called atoms. He called the indivisible particles as atoms. At the end of the 18th century, some scientists recognized the difference between elements and compounds. We already studied about elements and compounds. In 18th century, some scientists recognized the difference between elements and compounds. They say how and why elements combine together and what happened when they combine, etc. And at last, the great scientist Lavoisier. The Lavoisier is known as the father of modern chemistry. And Lavoisier and Joseph L. Proust find out the law of chemical combination. They found the law of chemical combination. There are two laws under the law of chemical combinations. First law, law of conservation of mass. To understand about this law, we are going to do an activity. Here we take different substances. We take solution of sodium sulfite in a conical flask and a solution of barium chloride in a small ignition tube. Before taking both solution, we find out the weight of each solutions, and after that we mix both the solutions. We mix the solutions well, and the solutions take a reaction. The solutions react together. After the reaction, we also take the weight. Before the reaction and after the reaction, we find out the weight of the solutions. Before mixing, we find out the weight of each solutions, weight of each solutions of barium chloride and sodium sulfate, and after mixing and there is a reaction happened, we also find out the weight. So from this we can understand that the both weight are same. The both weight are same. So we can understand that the law of conservation of mass state that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. When a chemical reaction takes place, the mass can neither be created or nor be destroyed. Before the reaction and after the reaction, the weight of the solutions are same. This is about law of conservation of mass. Next, the law of constant proportions. Let's understand this law with a calculation. Take a water as an example for it. In water, there is 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen molecules. 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen molecules. Mass of hydrogen is 1 gram. Mass of hydrogen is in H2O is 2 grams because there is 2 hydrogen. And mass of oxygen is 16 grams and mass of oxygen in H2O is 16 gram because there is 1 oxygen. And the ratio of mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen is 2:16, that is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. When we simplify it, that is 1:8. So, thus if 9 gram of water is decomposed, the 1 gram of hydrogen and 8 gram of oxygen are always obtained. So, this law says that in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. This is about the law of constant proportion. Next, we are going to study about Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton atomic theory provides an explanation for law of conservation of mass and law of definite proportion. According to Dalton atomic theory, all matter, whether an element or a compound or a mixture, is composed of small particles called atoms. All elements are composed of small particles called atoms. Let's look the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. The first one, all matter is made up of very tiny particles. We know that all matter is made up of very tiny particles. Thus particles are called atoms. Thus tiny particles are called atoms. The second one, an atom cannot further. We can't divide the atom further. Atoms are indivisible. They are indivisible. And third one, atom can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. We can't neither be created and nor be destroyed atoms in a chemical reaction. And the next, all atoms of an element are identical in all respects, including mass, chemical proportions, etc. All atoms of an element are identical. In an element, thus all atoms are identical. An atom of different elements have different mass and chemical proportion. The different elements in a different atoms in an element will be different masses and different chemical proportion. Atoms of different elements combined in small whole number ratios to form compounds. We already discussed about it. The atoms of, for example, atom of the element of H2O, it's combined 1:8 ratio of H2O. And the last one, in a given compound, the relative number and types of atoms are constant. In a given compound, the relative number and types of atoms are constant. This is all about Dalton's atomic theory. This is the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. So, in next Google Meet class, let's discuss about all about this. Okay? Thank you. In this part, we studied about law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions and Dalton's atomic theory. So all should read your textbook very well and write the notes and study well. Thank you.